The roar of Merlin engines echoed across the skies of Europe as Britain faced one of the darkest moments in its history. While the sleek and famous Spitfire often captured the headlines, another aircraft carried the true weight of the battle on its wings, the legendary Hawker Hurricane. When World War II began in 1939, the Hurricane was already serving as the backbone of the Royal Air Force. Designed by Sidney Cam and built by the Hawker Aircraft Company, the Hurricane looked traditional compared to newer all-metal fighters. Parts of its structure were still covered with fabric, giving it a design that seemed almost old-fashioned, but appearances were deceiving. Beneath that simple exterior was one of the deadliest fighter aircraft of the war. Powered by the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine, the Hurricane could fly at speeds over 340 miles per hour. It carried 8 303 Browning machine guns mounted in its wings, creating a devastating wall of fire against enemy aircraft. Later versions carried 12 machine guns, cannons, rockets, and even bombs. It became not just a fighter, but a true multi-role war machine. The Hurricane first proved itself during the Battle of France in 1940. As German forces stormed across Europe with terrifying speed, RAF pilots fought desperately to slow the invasion. Hurricanes engaged waves of German bombers and fighters, often while outnumbered. The losses were heavy, but the aircraft showed incredible toughness. Pilots discovered that the Hurricane could absorb massive damage and still bring them home alive. Then came the moment that would define the aircraft forever: the Battle of Britain. In the summer of 1940, Nazi Germany prepared for Operation Sea Lion, the planned invasion of Britain. But before German troops could cross the English Channel, the Luftwaffe needed to destroy the Royal Air Force. What followed became one of the greatest air battles in history. Every day, hundreds of German bombers escorted by Messerschmitt fighters crossed the skies toward British cities, airfields, and factories. Facing them were exhausted RAF pilots flying Hurricanes and Spitfires. The Spitfire often fought the German fighters directly, but the Hurricane had a different mission. Hurricanes attacked the bombers themselves, the true threat to Britain. Their stable gun platform and heavy firepower made them perfect bomber killers. Again and again, Hurricane squadrons tore through enemy formations, setting bombers ablaze in the skies. During the Battle of Britain, Hurricanes were responsible for destroying more enemy aircraft than all other British defenses combined. Nearly 60% of German losses in the battle were credited to Hurricane pilots. Without the Hurricane, Britain might not have survived. One remarkable feature of the Hurricane was its forgiving handling. It was easier to fly than many high-performance fighters of the era, making it ideal for new pilots. While the Spitfire demanded precision, the Hurricane was stable and dependable. Many pilots trusted it with their lives. The aircraft also became a symbol of international resistance against Nazi Germany. Pilots from Poland, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, Czechoslovakia, and many other nations flew Hurricanes alongside British squadrons. These multinational pilots formed a united shield defending freedom during humanity's darkest hour. As the war progressed, newer fighters gradually replaced the Hurricane in frontline European combat. Aircraft like the Spitfire Mark V and the American Mustang offered higher speed and performance. Yet the Hurricane continued serving with distinction in secondary theaters and ground attack roles until the final years of the war. By the end of World War II, more than 14,000 Hurricanes had been built. The aircraft had participated in nearly every major theater of the conflict. Though often overshadowed by the Spitfire in popular memory, many historians argue that the Hurricane was the true hero of Britain's survival in 1940. Today, restored Hurricanes still fly at air shows, their Merlin engines once again shaking the sky with that unforgettable sound. Watching one fly is like seeing history come alive, a reminder of courage, sacrifice, and determination. The Hawker Hurricane was not the fastest fighter of World War II. It was not the most advanced, but it was dependable, deadly, and relentless when Britain needed it most. In the hands of brave pilots, the Hurricane became far more than metal and machinery. It became a shield against tyranny, And in the summer of 1940, that shield helped save the world.